Good morning. It is Friday morning freeform, what we used to call freeform Friday. Today we're talking a different talk. I have been wanting to reset for a while. And in doing that, it's like, yeah, no lights. Except for the one, because if I didn't have it, it's like, you wouldn't see me at all. You wouldn't see me at all. You wouldn't see me at all. No lights. And no, just coming in as I am. Just coming in as I am. I find, you know, it isn't the lights. It isn't that makes the difference. It's just to be yourself. Just finished going through a summit put on by a mentor. And there were, like, I don't know, 35, 40 different presenters. Yeah, coming in as you are sounds like the old favorite, just as I am. And one of those reminded me that I had been thinking of doing a reset. The moderators, my content, the strategy behind the streams. And Terry, you asked me a question. Is like, why are you no longer a moderator? And Albert is. I've known Albert for a very, very long time. And I guess I could say I've known you too, Terry, for a long time. But there are times when I have told you not to do something and you still go ahead and do it. For example, sometimes you put a lot of introductions before the stream starts, and I say there is no need to do all of that. Because a lot of the things that were in there I'm no longer doing. So, and I think I might have sent you a message on Instagram. I don't know if you have seen it. So this is one way of doing the reset. And you're not the only one. There are I had a lot of moderators. And people who haven't been around moderating for a long time. So I took a look at that and I wanted to say thank you for the work that you've done. And in the future, there may be a reason to do that again. And I can go ahead and do that. Want to say hello to Hub Interactive. And And also the G Albert, those are the ones that I've seen you post in the comments. And, you know, for some people, maybe I have done something, or there was something I said that didn't resonate. And, sometimes you just have that time to come in and reset. Maybe I should have gone about it a different way. It's like, hey, if I tell you once, tell you twice, I find it is a change for me is hard. Change for me is hard. Even when I look back, hey Lisa, happy Friday. It's like happy Friday. This doesn't sound like a a happy a happy event. There are people having soirees and parties online. And David, you sound dry. He's like, you sound like you were at a funeral, bro. And yeah, I've been thinking for a while to do a reset, doing a reset. And they say even Lisa doesn't have the wrench anymore. You know what? Just to be fair to everybody, let me go ahead and do this. Albert, I'll talk to you in the back. There are some people who I have contact with outside of YouTube. Albert, could you type something here for a minute if you're still there? And I know that I know that shoot, I forgot what I was gonna say. Type something, right? That you could have, because there are sites or YouTube channels that I used to moderate for, and I would go on there, and then one day I go on and I'm no longer, I was made a moderator at one point, and then I go on and I'm not a moderator anymore. You know, and there is there's a channel that I follow where he resets the moderators every stream. And it's there's one segment of YouTube where growth is you want your channel to grow, and one of the ways that is people can connect with each other. And so you come in to the stream, people are made moderators so that they could connect with others. But I have a mechanism for that in my chat. And one of the ways you do that is you type the word house. And then you can find the things. And it makes it um, easier that way for people to connect, to post links to. And I didn't remove all of the moderators. There are still some, like Albert was on there. You know, um, I think there are a few more people that I left because I didn't want to be without a moderator. Like if I needed something to be done, I can say, "Hey, go do this, go do that." But an instant mechanism of reaching Albert because I have contact with him outside of YouTube. And Lisa MD, I have contact with her outside of YouTube. In fact, she lives in my state. I don't know where she lives. It's something we're going to rectify, but we are friends. We grew up together. So it's just like I have her number. So if I needed to, I can reach out and say, "Hey, Doc, blah, 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 blah." And she can say, "Why are you saying blah, blah, blah? Speak plain, man." So, yeah, and change is always tough. And that's change can be a sign of growth. You're not stuck in your ways. Absolutely. Absolutely. Terry, I know this. I know this. It's just, there are times when you need to make a change. And who knows? You know, the wrench can be restored if you are a given given time. Given time, we'll see. We can establish that contact, that communication route, and be like, "Hey, I need you to do." And I've seen it on other channels. People have been given things and had them taken away. But I also wanted to talk about doing a restart. You look at all your assets, you look at your story, you look at the platform that you're on, you look at, all of the other channels that may require your attention. You look at life. I'm looking at my work schedule. I'm doing YouTube, doing DoorDash. Dr. Phil. Hey, listen. Just look at that name. Dr. Phil, to shaping your new start. Let's go. Everybody needs a new start. Yeah. Yeah. And sometimes there is no great um event. I'm gonna start on the first of the month. Or I'm gonna start on the first of the year. You have those resolutions. It is March 20th. The middle of March. Tomorrow is the equinox or the solstice. I forget which it is. I think it's the solstice. I don't remember when, but it's just a date. They've figured out scientifically that the sun is going to be at, it's a turning point. I forget. exactly where it is in the calendar. Look at me talking about dates. But they've determined that this is a thing. Boy, I feel the hiccup coming. Ah. And so there is, you just, when you see that part, right? Everyone needs a new start. Sometimes you just need to evaluate where you're at. Maybe I need to change the time so I could give myself more sleep because I'm coming in at 1, 2 in the morning most nights. And then to turn around and get the energy up to refill and come fill, Dr. Phil, to refill and come in at 6 o'clock. Man, that's tough. Like this morning, I almost did not make it. Like Monday morning, this past Monday, it was the struggle bus got me. It was like 6 o'clock rolled around and I didn't even, I think I might have just canceled the alarm because it was just like, yo, yeah. Ecclesiastes chapter 3. That's a good chapter. It's a time for everything under the sun. Time to cry and a time to stop crying. Time to laugh. A time to be serious. Time to rest. And a time to raise up for resting time. There is a time for everything. Time to continue your momentum and time to turn, to shift. And good friend of mine, another mentor, is like, what are you doing with your story? And I realized that I have been stewarding just one side of my story. Steward your story with content. You will discover your purpose. You change lives, expand your reach, and multiply opportunities. That is the challenge that I've been given. Steward my story with content. This is my story. Grew up as a pastor's kid in a foreign land. No, in my own country, separate from all others. Got into some things and was given the opportunity to travel to another much bigger country to study music and to share and continue my computer studies. 'Cause I had an associate's degree in computers. I had taken some time from graduating high school, worked for a couple of years, and then went back to school at one university. Didn't make it And so I switched to another university, second university in Trinidad. And I was able to get through because I understood the classes. Listen, it's really hard to do your classes all the way through, have one final at the end of the year. It's not cumulative, it's not anything like that. It's in fact it is cumulative. It means that it all adds up to this one grade at the end of the year. Yo. So that's the first university model that I was on. Wanted to study computers. So at this other university, they had an associate's degree that I could do. It was my alma mater from my high school. They have a college attached to it, or university attached to it. So I did that, their 2-year program, graduated cum laude, graduated with honors. And then I got the chance to come to this other country. Okay, it's my home country now, the United States, and worked there, graduated with my Bachelor of Science, Computer Information Systems, which is what my associates was in. So it worked in line with that. Started working. Several years later, 10 years later, got the chance to do my master's. Worked, and all the while got married, had kids, had 2 kids. Well, we actually had 3, but 1 didn't make it, which is another part of the story that you sometimes don't get to move through. You make sure to document. So there are parts of my story that I get my timelines wrong because I didn't really write it down. So G. Albert says, by the way, retracted the comment. It's probably going to send it again. And I'm going to pull it through. Change. I want to say hello to Tuber Chat. Dr. Phil, I said hello to already. New start. The one moderator that I cannot take out is Nightbot. Because Nightbot is doing his thing. By the way, we're praying for Mr. Joey. Is he doing fine? Yes, he is doing much better. Thank you for praying for him. He's like me, looking for work. And good morning, Rebecca. Oh, that was one that I didn't get. Talking about doing a restart. And weather for Hallsville. Okay. Hallsville there, close to Columbia. 11 degrees Celsius, 51. I'm going to just drop this right here, do this real quick. Could you type something again, Rebecca? Doing a restart. And those that I did not catch, because it was late last night. You're doing a restart when you feel like you need to make a change. It's more than a feeling. I need to make a change. And I'm not quitting YouTube. I'll be back Monday morning. And probably in April, I'm going to change the format up just a little bit to realign with where I think I need to go. And even if I don't make the change in time for April, I will keep. I'm not going to stop. So, got married, had 2 kids, talking about stewarding your story um, with content. Stewarding your story with content. Mr. Edwards is having a birthday next Friday. Oh, that's right. The March babies unite. March babies unite, sir. That's what's up. That's what's up. We had Lisa with a birthday. I had a birthday this month, and realized that there is no better time than the present to make sure that you are giving it all that you have. So, left my home country, came to the United States, worked, and I've been working my whole adult life. Had several jobs, all related to computers. And we had the pandemic. During the pandemic, I really came through a full understanding of what it means to be a Christian. I am a follower of Christ. I make that a standing I make that a standing sorry, the squirreling is happening. Wait a sec, no notes today. We're just going off the top of the dome, which is probably not the best. I find that I am able to deliver on my thumbnail and title on the message I want to share when I have written down the things that I'm doing. But stewarding the story with you can't go wrong telling your story. I came to a fuller understanding during the pandemic of my identity and how I can live my life as God's child. How I could live my life as God. Oh, okay. I'm like, I see the comment on YouTube, but I'm not seeing it in eCam. I see it now. How I could live my life and make sure that I'm coming in as 100% me, but as God wanted me to come. And I truly understood my identity. Be like, yo, I am a son of God. I am a child of God. And there is therefore now no condemnation to those who are in Christ, to those who walk after the Spirit, not after the flesh. Romans chapter 8. I don't live as a Romans 7 man, I'm living as a Romans 8. Romans chapter 6. If you believe and you change your mind, there is therefore now no condemnation. And so that became a story, and learning how to walk. In the last year, I've gotten a clearer understanding of who I am and how I need to walk. The discipleship is taking a long time. But steward your story with content. I am a musician. That I leaned into that part of my story very early on in my YouTube. In fact, if you go back and look at my first video, no bells, no whistles. You go back and look at it. I was playing the keyboard because that's what I knew to do. Is what one of the things I leaned into on my story really early on. Could have talked about tech. There were other people talking about tech, and I was like, I can't do it like them. Yeah, Marquez Brownlee, and there's so many others now that are much more knowledgeable on the tech side of things. I can talk about tech. I'm not trained as a pastor, so preaching is not my. I don't have those skills, The storytelling. I was never trained in the storytelling part. It's like, hey, begin with the end in mind. I started this story and I didn't have a clear ending. It's like, hey, yes, I actually do have a clear ending. It's like, hey, my story isn't finished. And there are parts of it that you guys know more of than I have told or shown. And so I have sprinkled some of it in here and there, but never like a whole series, something strategically thought out to bring help to. Yes. That's good, Rebecca. That's good. That's good. That's good. And I have a picture to create and send to you. And I was there yesterday. Oh man. I was there yesterday and I forgot to get the photo. So I will. And yes, they do, especially my daughter in law. She's like, wow, this is pretty. Oh my goodness. I was like, hey, you have to get a picture. So we'll get you a picture. And what I'm talking about with Rebecca is she had sent a blanket for the baby. And it it was well received. She's like, wow, this is amazing. So it's my daughter-in-law, Michaela. She also, one needle is crochet, two needle is knit. Well, you actually have a loom that you use. Um, and you did it in 4 days. Is it 3 days? Remind me, Rebecca. Well, I actually do have something for you that I need to send you, and I'll do that later. The loom is also called knitting. Okay, okay. But two needles is knitting, one needle is crochet. It's like I can't. Don't put a you put needle in my hand. I'ma stick my. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna end up sticking myself accidentally on purpose. Woo. I should have hit the button right there. The blanket is crocheted. Okay. My mother-in-law. Yeah, and it was done in 4 days. My goodness. See the size of this thing. It's like huge. Something that she can grow into or grow with. Let me know if I'm buffering. I don't think that I am, but yeah, so grateful for the opportunity to share. And there was a song that G. Albert referenced earlier. And so today I decided to come just one light, and the light that shines from within. You do a reset, you do a way to just make sure that you're telling the story that needs to be told. So one of the things that I needed to do is evaluate the time. Is this a good time for y'all that I can come live? I find that it's easier for me to create if I'm doing it in one take as opposed to, you know, reading the script. I get a script and I look at it. In fact, I still have one of the scripts up there that I use for, for Amazon. I did a bunch of videos for Amazon. I'm like, man, I don't know. This is like, what it is. When did I first get it? Who was it for? Why do I like it? The benefits, the limitations. You do a quick demo, and then you're out. Like the 2 minute video is like, all right, today we're gonna be looking at, this hard drive. It's a SanDisk, 4 terabyte. I have a bunch of these. It's laying around. Over time, you know, creating video, live streaming is one of the hardest things your computer will do. And that's why websites like StreamYard and Restream and EVMux makes it a lot easier to do. For some of the things they're doing in a browser, it's like, yo. And the pandemic really put a lot of these apps on the map. Melon app, which became Streamlabs Talk Studio. Yo, I got in on Melon app. There was an App Sumo deal. I paid $85, and I have that in perpetuity. It's like, yo, what? Yeah. That one, I'm holding on to it as long as possible. Yo, it very much works like StreamYard, Restream, but it's in a browser. So in case I need to do things, I can do them without my computer doing the heavy lift. I just send the one stream out. You can go to Facebook, you can go to YouTube, you can go to Twitch and several other destinations. And I don't have to have the bandwidth for each platform myself. If I had a fiber or maybe Starlink, I could try something like that. But I'm not doing it. Not with my recent internet trouble. It's not just been me, it's other people in the house. Something to do with our ISP, internet service provider. But getting back to it. So, stewarding the story with content. And I was asking, is this time a good time? Do you like this format? Granted, I was going to be playing a little longer, but someone asked a question, and so I had to stop and address it in that moment. But I'm grateful for what I have. And I have today just a uh, changing the moderators was one reset. Looking at my story, my journey of transformation from walking in darkness, in and shame, guilt, and condemnation, to walking now in freedom. Even in freedom, there is still moments where I have to just repent, change my mind, and reset. And What do you do when you feel like you need to make a change? You make the change. You make the change. Billy, what is good, my guy? Man, you up early. He's like, you are up early. Billy Thorpe Live. I was just talking about Amazon. I was just talking about Amazon. Billy Thorpe is the guy that made it possible for me to jump on the Amazon influencer bandwagon. Was at Creator Camp, Ecamm Creator Camp back in October. And it was like, yo, you have um, you have been given a chance. I had been a um, not an influencer, but associate, Amazon associate, and I guess someone in my family bought something from one of my links. He's like, "Do you have a link for this?" I was like, "Oh yeah." I just sent him the link, but it came to my. They know. They track all of that stuff. Amazon knows. It's like it came from either the same IP or it went to the same physical address under a different name. They were like, yo, no, don't do that. Don't do it. Yo. And I got kicked out of the program. And so Billy was able to be like, oh, just sign up with a new email. But it's not linked to my Amazon account. And it's like, whenever I need, it's like, what did I buy? Oh, I have to log back into my account. But it's okay. I have two browsers. So one browser is on the influencer account. The other browser is on my regular account. And but Billy was able to help me with that. Steward your story with content. You discover your purpose, change lives, expand your reach, and multiply your opportunities. Man, that's a powerful lesson that I have learned from my mentor, Kirk Nugent. Kirk is the one that came up with that um, framework for living and how you show up online. I'm just noticing something on my. Oh, okay. There is a see this orange line. I don't know if you can see this orange line right here. I literally just noticed. Literally just noticed as I was looking over. I'm like, what's over there? Oh, it's like literally just out of the shot. And the extension cord that's running from the wall plugs. I don't have any power in this location, so I had to run an extension cable to, I think it might have been my father-in-law, so I just need to move that when I'm done, when we're done. Coming to you live today from the basement, from, where I have set all of the things and working towards the path I press. And I'm not holding. And so I felt needed to make a change today. Well, I've been feeling like I needed to make a change and to do a reset. Go through all of the things. Make sure I replied to all comments. Hey, Joy. Always coming in at the end. It's another one I missed. Another one I missed. And, there are so many that we make Barry walking exercise, blessings. And there were some that are doing a reset, Joy. And I'm just gonna, for the ones that I missed, just type something, Joy. I just wanted to test to make sure this is actually working. It's just like we're doing a reset of the moderators. Those who, that's one of the things that I'm going through. Is that people have been giving the wrench, they're not showing up. Just be like, yo, we're doing it. Barry does it, as I mentioned earlier. Barry resets his moderators every show, unless there are some people that he keeps on there all the time. But as people come in, he makes them moderator. Barry, what you need to do is set up Nightbot. I'm just saying this to you real quick. Just set up Nightbot and have people make a command that shows who they are. For example, Barry, type house. Just type the word house, House. It's not a word that you would start a sentence with, right? And so if Nightbot is working, it drops your link, right? So if I type it, it should drop my link. And so that's a mechanism that most people don't have on their stream. So in order for people to connect with one another, they have to type house and it will drop the link. Thank you, Rebecca, for coming on. So the need for moderation is not as great on my channel because I have provided. And now if I need someone to type, hey, davidhunt.link/ecam, because I want to highlight this is a link that you can go to that makes that. So that way you have an opportunity. So like I say, hey, if one of the mods could type X or Y, specifically if I say, hey, Tuesday, could you get the link for Lisa MD and put it in? Now I've taken away the wrench. in a moment I can just go back to it and say, okay, I can add as a standard moderator, and there you are. Okay, Barry, I'll make a video and show and send it to you, but um Goga also has a video on Nightbot, an extensive Nightbot video. Nightbot can do a whole lot more than just drop links. Nightbot, I have set it on a timer so that at certain points you would see it drop by and say, "Hi, um, please like, share, comment, and subscribe." Right? You see that comment right there. Um, that is one I've said. I think it drops in every like 10 minutes or 14 minutes or 15 minutes. Yeah, it just pops it by and says that. We can talk about it. Stewarding your story with content. Yeah, so that way you wouldn't have to keep, as you're walking, Barry, you wouldn't have to stop, add the person as a moderator so they can connect with each other. And make sure you big up the live. That sound like Jamaican talk, Tuesdays with Joy. That sound like Jamaican talk for sure. Yeah. So that way you can just keep, doing your thing. You're walking. You may have people that you trust and that, would be, because when people are moderators, it can be problematic. Yes, Rebecca, that's it. So, and we used to have a lot more spammers, but I've gotten I've got my there was a word list. There was a word list that I got from a moderator. I put it on my channel and I have not had any problems with spam channels. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Use Nightbot so that the moderators can keep an eye on the channel. Got it. And moderators can delete moderators can delete comments. Wow. You have people last week trying to give you a hard time that didn't even subscribe to you. That's wild. That is so wild, Barry. So, but yes, coming back to it, um, doing the reset, there is always trying to make sure that we tell the story that needs to be told. And I've been feeling like I needed to reset my moderators for a long time. For a long time. Um, into, in the interest of trying to grow and doing the things, it's like, wait a minute. You keep pushing. Um, for example, you see this comment Barry, the Nightbot, just posted. It's like, you don't have to wait for YouTube to support the channel. This was something I put a long time. You can go to davidhunt.link/support. And that really is a is a spot for buy me a coffee. I think it's still, yeah. Wow. Yikes. So awesome. Yes, you have to do that reset. And I know you do it every stream. I was like, he made me a moderator last time. I come in, is like, hello guys. I'm like, hey, I'm not a moderator. It's okay. I don't take it personal. You want me as a moderator on your chat? That's fine. You don't want me as a moderator? That's also fine. I don't take umbrage with that at all. I don't find it um have you seen this special video, The Lord's Prayer by the Hunt family? I believe I have Tuesdays with Joy. I believe I have. It is probably going to be one of my fastest growing videos. I have been blessed to do that with the family. That's another part of the story that I haven't really leaned into, like harmonies and and things like that has been awesome to go and do and to learn and to share. And I'm grateful for to be able to have done that. It's like when you need to do a reset, you do it. When you need to do a reset, you do it. Just go ahead and do it. Like you pull that Band-Aid off. It's like, ah. And then you realize, oh, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. You could actually hack it and keep it. Yeah. So we're grateful for each one of you. I'm grateful to Hub Interactive today for sticking through to the end. Tuber Chat's on here as well. Grateful for each one. Hub Interactive had said this before, and I just watched it come and watched it go. Blessings, bro. Okra love. That sounds like someone just like, here in the background. Blessings. Like done. And to the end. Thank you, Hub Interactive. I hope you are still there. And G. Albert, no lights behind you. No, I did not have any lights behind me because I wanted to just come as I was. Come as I was, and to make sure that I keep it. Right, man. Thankful for the option today to come live and to share. And you're gonna see less talking, more music. 'Cause I don't even know sometimes. Sometimes people they leave a comment on and be like, "Hey, this was a blessing," or not. And you know, I wanted to make sure that I said it so that you understood my heart. Yeah. Um, in the grand scheme, the grand scheme, there are others out there who need to hear the story. And maybe they wouldn't hear the story if I kept it at 6 o'clock. Maybe if I moved it to 7, there might be more people. You know, as I'm not working for the man, you there is no hard and fast rule that it has to be at 6 in the morning. Could be at 7. Could be at 7:30. You know, I've seen people who have moved their show around and others have followed. One of the guys that he's a Door Dasher, and I've followed his content all along. He comes live whenever he goes live. He's like, hey, I had to work on the car, so I'm gonna work. Um, I'm coming now to dash, so I'm gonna dash now. It's gonna be like whenever I get to it is whenever I get to it. And people are there, they show up. You're welcome, Rebecca. You're welcome. And Tuesday, you are absolutely right. You're absolutely right. If you have that vocation and everything lined up, it's not really work, right? Yes, I got in last night at 1:30. So I am a little tired. That's why you hear me, speaking a little slower today. I'm not as animated, carrying on, doing the things. But I'm there. Yes, I watched that guy, David. I also watch you trying it out. Absolutely. There is a device that I need to get though that would make that setup really perfect. One, I have to get a permanent setup for my laptop. And two, because I don't have another phone that I could use to capture. Like you set up a phone on the net on your plan, you just hook that in and you leave that there, and then you know you have your DoorDash phone that you could go in and out of the stores. I'm going to be doing a restart on my moderators on my channel. There probably are people who used to watch you that don't watch you anymore. Maybe you've said something. Maybe you've said something that's set them off. I don't know. Hey, Tuber Chat, still there. Thank you, man, for coming back and just doing that. Having the heart to help. Having the heart to help. That makes the difference. I am grateful to God for being grateful to God for being the architect of my story and helping me realize the parts that I was missing. Kevin. That's Tuber Chat's name, Kevin. So if you are a channel where everyone gets a wrench, it's like, oh, let me suit you up as you come in. I understand that. This is not necessarily that type of channel. You can connect with people by having everybody, hey, when you come, type house. Whew. Some have said it so that when you type a comment, you say hello, it comes back with your, hey, this is at David M. Hunt, and this is his channel. Yes, that is also true. Type house if you would like to connect and connect with others. Yeah, that's it. That's the protocol that I established. And maybe moderators, if you can make sure you grab that comment that Tuesday just typed and hold it in your back pocket. So when you're here, just, hey, it's like, hey, just as a reminder, I could probably have Nightbot do that. T-Mobile got something you could look into so you don't. Okay. Okay. I've got Verizon, so it's just like, I don't want to open up another. For an additional $10 a month, open up a line. If I had a phone, that I can just say, okay, I could use this $10 a month. You know, you make one delivery, that there's your extra phone. You think about it like that. There is an outfit. Elon Musk has a Starlink where you can get internet, mobile internet on the Starlink Mini. You can get internet um, with you at all times, and it's satellite based. Once it has a clear view of the sky, if you're a an area that has lots of trees, maybe not that great to get through, but open road, you're golden. So that with the Starlink, you can get. Yeah, Tashari. Oh, your show is done. I was getting ready to send people over there to Sharia, and I'm doing a reset of the channel and making, I'm going through my moderators. That's why you may see, if you come in and you don't have a wrench, don't panic. Things may change, but we're doing just a reset here. Barry, what time are you going today? Are you going in at 9? Is that the deal? Oh man, you can't hate yourself into freedom. It's like you found that video. You found that video. That's good. Tuesdays with Joy. I like your moderation style. She's like, hey, you want me to moderate? I'll moderate. Um, and so I have moderators that keep their eye out on the channel. Um, and each stream. So yeah. So Barry's going live at 9 o'clock. I actually got challenged yesterday. So my son-in-law, my daughter-in-law, went over to see the baby yesterday. And there was a friend from out of town. And her son and I have this challenge where we run the stairs. We run the stairs. And ever since I met him, and his mother laughs at me. She's like, "You so out of shape. You used to be a lifeguard, bro. What happened?" It's like, yo, used to work. So I really have to get back out there and get at it. I was Tasharia, I was doing 75 hard last year. I got to like day 30 and I missed my water. The water. I can't. Oh man. It's so hard to drink all that water if you're not used to it. And so, man, he's like in fourth grade. So he's kind of like, he's like 9 years old, whatever, or whatever the age is. He's like, come on, Uncle David, let's go. Tio, come on, let's go. He's Hispanic, so he speaks a little Spanish. But oh man, come on, Tio, let's go. And I had just eaten, so my stomach, I was like, oh man, all right, let's go. I got halfway down the stairs and Turner was like, okay, you're not gonna beat me back up. He beat me back up. I'm like, why? Oh, yeah. So I could. I could exercise 2 times, one of them outside. I could do, the reading of the book, 10 pages. That's nothing. I can do that. Take a picture, um, follow my exercise, my diet plan. I could do all that. Intermittent fasting with, no sugar. You know what I mean? Cut that out. Bang. You do all of that. Drink a gallon of water. Yo, that has been my nemesis since day one. And yes, there are other 75 variations, 75 hard variations, where it's like 75 soft. So that, you make one change for 75 days and then you make another change and then you keep it and then it becomes a habit and then it becomes a lifestyle. And yeah, that is great. But, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. Boom. It is what it is. Boy. Yeah. Hang on. Oh, Tuesdays with Joy. You going into the Men of Freedom series. Um, well, grateful for that. Let's see if we can find someone who's live. We can go over there and bless them. We can go over there and bless them. So open link in new tab. I went into edit video. On the computer, it's a lot easier. You can click uh, edit video, and then right on the left side, you click customization, and then that gives you access to the redirect. Oh, sweet. Thank you, Rebecca. Nice. That's good. I like that. Inspirational prayers, lo-fi girl, and OG Sean White is live. Ooh. And I'm gonna send everyone on. OG Sean White is one of the dashers over here at in Massachusetts, and he actually recently lost his job, and he just jumped right in with both feet. He's like, "Yo, we going in for it." Your dasher Mike is also live. Another one of the guys I follow that's a door dasher. I had to learn what I had to do as a dasher. Um, so how is Beantown? You holding it down? Yeah, 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 yeah. Beantown is good. I was in Cambridge yesterday, and actually, I did well. If I had dashed all day in Cambridge, you're probably looking at a $300 day. But I didn't. I only dashed for like 5 hours. You work for God. I work for you. Thank you. I bless the Lord, O my soul, and all that is within me bless his holy name. Okay. We're going to end with a song. It's just, as I was coming today, just raw, no special lights, even though the light I have is special. It's a Godox SL60W, meaning it puts out 60 watts of light, and you can dial in the temperature. I believe it's at 5500 Kelvin as the light meters go. And as the light meters go. And so let it shine, because I love working for the kingdom. That's good, Tuesdays. That's good, Joy. We'll call you Joy. But I also like the peaceful nature that I get over there at Blessed Life Journey. Blessed Life Journey. So it's good. All right, fam. I'm going to play this hymn and then we're going to get out of here. Thankful to each and every one of you who tuned in today. We're grateful. May the Lord continue to shine His glory through each soul. We are so delighted you were able to make it today. Talking about the reset, sometimes you just have to pull in, be like, yo, we're going to reset. We're going to keep pushing through the tough times, the times of change. Ecclesiastes chapter 3, there's a time and a season for everything. And we're grateful for each one of you. I'm not going anywhere, still here. We'll be back on Monday again at 6. It is a time of reflection, using the time in between to tweak and tool and pull it together in such a way that it really, really becomes a wonderful tapestry in the framework of God's grace. I'm delighted to have been your host this morning. We're looking forward to that next time when we can share in what God is doing, what God has done, and by projection, what God is going to do. He's the same yesterday, today, and forever. That means the love we have today, we could have that tomorrow too. So it is your boy, David, the minstrel, thanking you for being here today. And I encourage you to use your hands, use your voice, use your heart. Wait for it. Powered by love to make a difference. I encourage you to come over to my Amazon store. Amazon.com/shop, Amazon.com/shop/David Hunt. Look at the things there. If you don't see anything you like, that's fine. Buy something else. No, just kidding. I encourage you to check out the links that are probably not in the description of this video. I don't remember if I put links in this video. I need to reset those. Anyways, I'm grateful for each and every one of you and for the times that you have spent with me here. Even as we're going through this reset, there's going to be more to come. Looking at the format, looking at the length of time, looking at adding or subtracting a show. Maybe we only go Monday, Friday, or Monday, Wednesday, or Wednesday, Friday, or Tuesday, Friday. But for now, we're still on the same cadence, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I'm grateful to have been your host today. And I encourage you to be the reason someone smiles today for a good reason, that you have had a positive impact on them, as you have on me. I'm grateful for it. So tune in again on Monday morning. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Tuber Chat, Life with Tasharia. I don't want, once you start naming names, David, you're going to get in trouble. Hub Interactive, the Associate Minister Reserve Deacon Terry Jones, Dr. Phil, Lisa MD, Rebecca Touched by Yarn, G. Albert, Barry Walking Exercise for Your Health, Life with Tasharia, Kevin, thank you so much for coming in. We will see you in the next one or around these internet streets. Thank you so much for being here. Have a wonderful day. Oh, did, oh man, did I not? I really should get that fixed. Amazon/shop. Yeah, that's the one. Boom. But that might only be for yo. I sat and talked for 2 hours. Y'all let me talk for 2 hours. Could have put a song in there. It was like, David, play this song. Stop talking. You talking too much. People here for the music. You talking. So, anyways, but I wanted to answer the question that was raised. Man, grateful. Grateful though. I'm grateful. All right, 8 o'clock. Let's ride. Oof. We will see you in the next one or around these internet streets. Have a blessed day. I gotta go. I gotta go as well. We'll see you all later. Take care. Bless.